In this video, I'm going to show you how you can expand the size of your wig if your wig is too small for your head. So I'm starting out by just cutting out the back of the wig cap after I loosened out the extension, the hair that was sewn there, or sometimes your stylist might not fix hair at the back of your wig. So if there's no hair, they just reach out for the wig cap behind it and cut it off, and also make some space in between. And then I also reached out for an extra wig cap I had in the house and cut out some extra lace from the old wig cap, and that's the extra lace that I'm adding to the back part of that wig cap. So I'm just joining the extra wig net, or rather the extra net, to the existing wig, just so that there's more room on there's more area on the wig cap. So this gives more room this gives more head space for the wig. This is therefore going to make the wig to be bigger. So what I'm doing right now is just joining the wig cap with this new lace that I'm introducing to the wig cap area. So I'm using my needle and thread just to sew right around the corners of the area of the right around the areas where I just introduced that extra lace. You can see how I'm just sewing very closely, very tightly, and very neatly, just to ensure that it's really firm and it doesn't loosen. I'm going to do this all around. So this is the first method on how you can choose to expand the size of a wig cap. Just go towards the back and cut small lace from an old wig that you already have, and from any wig cap you have. It doesn't have to be old. Cut out an extra lace and cut out an area from the wig and add some lace to that area. So this is the first method you can use. Then a second method you can also use is adding an extra band to the band. So this is the wig cap I cut out from. So I cut out a bit of that elastic, that band. I cut out a bit of it. That was what I now put there now. So you can now add that band to the pre-existing band on the wig cap. This is going to make the wig cap to be wider. If you found out that you made a wig and let's say your client's head is too big and the wig can't fit into the client's head, you can just do this band method. If it's just a little space, or maybe it fits into her head but it's just too tight, and when she wears it, it's giving her a headache, you can just do this method to just give her more room so the wig is not over contracting her head. So right now you can see what I'm doing is I'm just joining that band that I introduced with the lace, and I'm also joining the two bands at the areas where I'd previously cut it open. So you want to make sure that you sew very tightly and very neatly and closely too. The thread I was working with just finished. I'm going to have to introduce a new thread now and continue with the sewing. Yes. So you can see now we've sewed it to the very end. I'm also going to do the same thing for the other side of the area that the band was introduced to. So I'm just going to sew it down to the end. Yeah, you can see how neatly it was done. It's very firm, well sewn, secure. It's not losing, it's not falling off, it's not going anywhere. So with just these two methods of what I've done now, what I'm allowing for the wig to do is have more width at the ends of it. So when it comes to, let's say you wear a wig and you feel like it's not gripping you, it's not getting to the sides of your ears, what you can do is you can reach out for your razor blade now and you start to cut the space between each of the wefts. You can see what I'm doing. What I'm cutting is the space between each of the wefts. This is just going to give the wig cap more room to drag down, like for it to be able to extend downwards. Let's say you wear your wig and it's just hanging on top, it's not really getting down towards your ear area. You can use the razor blade and cut only the lace between the two tracks. Don't make sure you don't cut the track, the weave on itself. Just cut only the lace. By cutting the lace around the band area, it's going to give the wig cap more room to have more depth, so as you'll be able to wear the wig cap and it's going to go down deep. It's going to go deeper. It's going to come down more, unlike you just hanging on top on your head. So this is the third method you can use to actually expand the size of your wig cap. If you feel like the wig cap is too tight on your head, let's say the problem with the tightness, or not just the tightness, let's say it's just hanging on top, it's not really going down deep. Some folks might choose to just tear all around like the area of the wig cap. I just feel like that method is a bit too rough. So for that reason, I chose to just use this method of just slicing around the sides or around the wig, around the band, because it's not so obvious that okay, that part was cut out, because it's still very secure. You have to drag it to really look and see it. So I just prefer this method because it just looks neater. It's neater. So try out this method and let me know your thoughts if it works out for you. When I initially, I couldn't even wear this wig on my head, but when I'm done with filming, like doing these stream methods, I'm going to wear it on my head to see if I'm able to wear it comfortably and if it lays flat on my head, so you guys get to see if it worked out as I wanted it to do. So if you have issues with your wig cap not fitting your head, please try this method. I'm quite sure it's going to work for you, especially when you don't want to have to go through the stress of remaking the wig or even spending extra money to remake the wig. Just try this method. It's definitely going to work for you. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please, this is a good time to join the family. Click on the subscribe button just right below. Also turn on the post notification bell right beside the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my uploads. Make sure you share this video with your friends who are also going to find it helpful. You can see how the wig looks on my head now. I just wore it and it's sitting effortlessly on my head. I can't believe this. Initially, I couldn't even wear this wig on my head because it was literally just hanging on my head. Because I made this wig right here for someone with a size 21 head size. And take note, I have a size 23 head size. So normally it shouldn't even fit into my head. Just because of how I was able to add some depth to it, at least it's something I can wear even if I know it's not my actual perfect size. But I'm quite sure when my client wears her wig now, it's going to be perfect on her head. It's going to sit really well and she's going to like the turnout of the wig. So if you learned something from this video, please make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up, share with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you in my next video. Purchase our limited edition makeup product from our website www.enlbcng.com.